Publisher Mixlore, along with designer Prospero Hall, brings us a 3 to 5 player game for ages 17 and up that'll take 45 to 60 minutes. That title? The Shining. All work and no play. You've traveled to the heart of the Rocky Mountains to take charge of the Overlook Hotel while it's closed for the winter. Except you aren't alone. The hotel's bloody history has made some of its past guests a permanent addition to the building, and with them come terrifying visions that begin to corrupt your mind. Snowed in, you desperately explore the rooms of the hotel, attempting to gain enough willpower to withstand the evil influence around you. Worse still, one of you has already succumbed to the terrible forces of the hotel and secretly acts to keep you here forever. The Shining is a suspenseful game of cooperation, deception, and terror. Well, that's what the publisher had to say. And it digs right to the point, okay? Now, why is this game on my radar, and why do I think it might deserve a spot on your radar as well? Well, first of all, the source material. Okay, The Shining is one of the most suspenseful, horrific novels written by Stephen King. The movie itself, that this is a little bit more based on, to a degree, is still considered one of the best horror films of all times, and is still Jack Nicholson's greatest role. Now, one of the things Prospero Hall did with this game that I appreciate and I think made it a little bit more on my radar is this is not a game about the book or the movie. It's not. It takes place several years later. You're not playing any of the characters at all. What you're doing is you and the other players are the caretakers that have come to look over the hotel for the 4 months that it's closed during winter. And the same reason events played out in the novel and the movie are the same reasons they're playing out now. So it's therefore the same story, yet it's not the same story. You don't have to follow the plot. You make your own. I enjoy the fact this is a cooperative game. I like cooperative games. I enjoy sitting down at the table and playing the cooperative games. But this adds something that is even more desirable to me in a cooperative game, and that is it has a traitor mode that is optional in the game that you could plug right in, so therefore you don't know who the secret traitor is at the table, but you know someone is. And for a really fun game, add in more of the cards, the character cards and traitor cards that you choose from at the beginning of the game during setup. Add in more than the number of players. So this way you never know when you're sitting at the gaming table if there's actually a traitor at the table or not. That'll up the game. Thematically, I love the look of the game. It's not like they use stock footage from the movies or posters or anything from it, but they do take from it, and you can see that, and there's a familiarity to this. Which leads me into something else I enjoy about this. Everything I've read from the reviews, from the pictures I've seen, it seems to me that you don't need to have a knowledge of the novels or the movie to enjoy this game. You could play this game just as a horror board game, and you're still going to enjoy it. Now, although you don't have to play with the traitor option, there is a possibility that during the game, a player could get possessed by some of the evil that still remains at the Overlook. And it's a little bit different than the traitor aspect, and it can actually be played with the traitor aspect altogether in on it, and it's going to add another level of terror just from the players around the table. And lastly, this thing boasts everything, again, that I've read and seen, that it's easy to learn, that it has a fast setup, and it's easy to teach. So putting everything together really hits a lot of the marks that I look for in a game. Also considering the fact that I like that it is a horror game that doesn't rely on zombies or Cthulhu, which is so easy to go to. And it brings a great movie to the table. So go check out The Shining by Mixlore. Like I said, it has a place on my radar, and I think it might deserve a place on yours.